Hmm. Which valves do you need to open to send steam from the boiler into 2, but not into 1 or 3? All valves start in the closed position. Answer using the solution that requires opening the fewest number of valves. So this one will send steam into 1, so this one has to remain closed. This one will send steam into 3, so it must remain closed. So it has to be on the path to 2. What about this one? So if I go this way around, it's 1, 2... But then that opens the one that connects to 1, so I can't go that way. I have to go up. 1, 2, 3. That looks like it.
Let's see if this works. Piece of cake.
Found one!
This should do the trick. And there we have it.
Bend in the railing right here.
And now to test my theory. Ha! Wonderful.
And for my final act, another toughie. Actually, I don't see it. Y'all, what if there's only 2 differences? Like a tobacco pipe? Hmm. Well, I'm not looking for a hint.
And now to test my theory. And there we have it.
That was stupid. The Frog's Path. So it's perched on a space labeled S in the diagram below. First jump travels 1, 2. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 total.
And now to test my theory. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Absolutely not. In order to solve it, the remaining numbers to each string of 4 vertical, horizontal, and diagonal numbers adds up to the same total. Okay, so it adds up to a smaller number. Let's try 12. Can't do 12 because 7. We're already at 12 here, so let's try 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Which makes this even larger. So maybe it's actually a larger number that it sums to, which will give us something smaller at the top. Let's try 16 then. 12, that means I need a 4 here. 9, 10, 11, 12. Means I would need a 4 here. Okay. So let's try 17. So that'd be a 5 here. A 6 here. 16 is 14, so we'd need a 3 here. And we're going for 17, right? So I need 2 numbers that add up to 11. So let's try 7 and 4, but switch these. I would need a 5 if I did that. And that won't work. And up to 11. So that doesn't work either. Maybe let's try 18? 5, 4, 9, 10, 11. So if it's 18, that has to be 7. That would make that 2. That would make that a 3. Now I need 12. So I could do 8 and 4. think that works.
This should do the trick. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
I don't know if there was a right way to solve that didn't involve me iterating on what I thought the target number was. Yeah, I didn't check the other diagonal. I had used one diagonal, but... Oh, northwest to southeast was a complete diagonal line? Gee whiz, that would have been great to look at, I guess. Which one was that one? It was, wasn't it? Jesus Christ, I made that difficult.
Found one.
Give me a puzzle, creep. Begin from the doors etched in the decor. A path will appear quite strong and clear, made of stars that flare each within its own square. So it's here, because it's a little arrow right there at the end.
And now to test my theory. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Well, not all the puzzles are hard. You gotta give some easy puzzles so you feel good about it and you keep going. Yeah, I'm with Luke on this one. A vampire just tied you up and you're like, well, we gotta stick around and do some investigation.
know the way out. Follow me.
How are you related to this entire situation? Are you?
There's no time. You've got to get out of here.
This won't do. People are trying to sleep, you know. Is it you? It can't be. Oh, how I've waited. It's been so unbearably long.
Professor, do you know what he's talking about?
Not in the slightest.
Come closer, my dear sweet Sophia. I've missed you so. What's this? Very well, then. Is this how it is? I didn't see this coming, Layton. Not at all.
I'm not sure I understand.
This is your fault, but you can't have my Sophia. You're going to be very sorry you crossed me. There's no lack of swords here. Take whichever one you like. Know this, though. Only one of them is real.
Well, that reminds me of a
true
puzzle.
warrior always keeps his blade in hand.
Consider this puzzle solved.
That was easy.
Ha! Wonderful.
I didn't think you had it in you, Mr. Layton.
I'm sorry. What the fuck is going on?
Layton! Sophia belongs to me. You can't have her. Ah!
Look out!
Something strange is happening. I just need to catch my breath.
No more! Please, just stop!
What's happened to me?
Are you all right?
Please just stop, Grandfather. Your body can't take it.
What did you say? I don't understand. Sophia, dear.
You haven't figured it out, have you? You really don't know. Then I guess it's up to me to tell you the truth. I'm your granddaughter, Anton.
Don't be ridiculous. Look at me. I'm too young to be anyone's grandfather.
But what you see around you isn't real. It's just an illusion created by your own mind.
So you're telling me this guy over here fucks?
Your youth is part of that illusion. The truth is, well...
Allow me, please. The gold mine built by your father, the late Duke Herzen, brought this town much growth and prosperity. But something terrible slept deep within that rich gold deposit.
Okay, yeah, keep showing that.
Unbeknownst to the miners, they hit a vein of hallucinogenic gas while digging for gold. The gas made those who breathed it extremely susceptible to mental suggestion of all types. Tales of the nightmarish visions seen in Folsense then spread, as did the town's sinister rep. In truth, neither the Folsense we see before us nor its residents really exist.
I'm sorry. What the fuck?
This is all a creation of our minds.
How did you figure it all out, Professor?
We're having a group hallucination right now.
The images of Folsense we saw are 50 years old, yet they show a town identical to the Folsense of today. No town can remain unchanged for 50 long years. The photos we saw in the train station formed our impression of the Folsense we'd see.
No.
The Folsense of 50 years ago.
No.
Enough of this madness. Folsense is real. I'm real.
Nope.
None of it's real, Grandfather. This town is just a thin shadow, an illusion born of greed. You and Sophia, everything you know changed 50 years ago.
But you and I are betrothed. How can you just leave me here? I won't have it.
Thanks for the raid, Xandra.
This whole town is cursed. If we remain here, all those dear to me will die.
Am I not dear to you, Sophia? Stay with me, and we'll rebuild Folsense together.
I'm sorry, Anton, but there's someone else I love who needs me even more than you.
Is that the real reason you want to go? Because there's someone else?
It was her baby. She loved the baby more.
I trusted Sophia, and she left me for another.
You've got it all wrong, Grandfather. She never betrayed you.
What?
The other she was talking about was the little life growing inside her. The life you two created together.
No. That can't be.
I'm sorry, Anton, but there's someone else I love who needs me even more than you.
Well, it seems like if you just communicated properly, that wouldn't be an issue, right?
I never knew. Sophia was...
You're talking to your granddaughter, of course.
That's right. Grandmother was carrying my mother, and she left Folsense to keep her safe. She kept the baby a secret to avoid causing you more pain.
I've been so wrong.
Grandmother passed away last year, but she was always talking about you, even toward... She never stopped loving you.
Okay.
Sophia is dead? No, it can't be.
I've had enough of your lies!
Oh! Oh!
Grandfather, no! Please stop!
Oh!
It's gotta be hard calling someone who looks 10 years younger than you grandfather.
We must leave now.
The whole place is starting to crumble!
Come with me.
What's this? What's happening?
Load-bearing chandelier.
Get out of here!
Be careful.
Unfortunately, Luke died, but at least Katya's safe. Stockholm Snorlax, thank you so much for the subs. I really appreciate that. Those gift subs are only too generous. Welcome Something, Floatius, Sleep In, Arkrantz, and Crimson. My Streamlabs page is down.
It seems I've found the answers I was searching for. Here, allow me to return this to you.
Thank you.
So, the box wasn't cursed after all.
No, Luke, there's no curse to be found here.
I think you could argue there's a curse to be found here.
But if I were to guess, I suspect you'd find traces of that gas in the ore used to make this box. The same fumes that drove the town to ruin were released upon each person who opened the box. Those who opened the box expected death, and in doing so, fulfilled their own grim predictions.
Okay, Layton, get a little heavy here.
I suppose it was just an ordinary box then.
Oh, I assure you, it's far from ordinary. This box was crafted to hold the words of my heart.
What do you mean?
The box contains a hidden message, one meant only for Sophia. Many years ago, I asked a traveler passing through town to deliver it to her.
Nice. We're gonna round it off with a puzzle.
The box's value made it a target for those hungry for wealth. And so it was stolen again and again, thus perpetuating the whole chain of sad events.
But we checked the box. It was as empty as could be.
Ah, well that's because there's actually a second way to open it. The sun rises when you and I meet, and when the wind blows, you will know my heart. These old words are the key to understanding this box and what it means. Do you follow, boy?
Don't call me boy.
I think so. Let me give it a shot. The sun rises when you and I meet, and when the wind blows, you will know my heart.
Sounds like a puzzle. Called it. Am I supposed to blow now? Do I actually have to? Isn't there a button I can use I set up a long time ago? I may have just crashed the emulator. It's hard to know at the moment, but right this second, things aren't looking good for my emulator. Hey emulator, you want to not crash? Alright. Let's try this again. Now, is there a button I have to hit? You're asking, did the music go? No, the music got quieter. I think because it's expecting me to blow right now. But I need to see if there's a hotkey for the microphone. Yeah, it's space. There we go.
Here goes. That was almost too easy. I did it.
Okay, Luke, dial it back a little.
Oh,
What's the matter?
this isn't the letter I wrote. This is Sophia's handwriting. The box must have made it to her after all.
Okay.
My dear Anton, are you well? I received your letter. Though I'd like nothing more than to see you again, I'm afraid I no longer have the strength to do so. You don't know how many times I've thought about you over the years. I often wonder if you hate me for what I did. Do you? When I decided to leave, I was carrying our child. I couldn't bear exposing that tiny life to such danger. I knew your father's position and understood you didn't have the option to leave with me. Even though I did the only thing I could, I'll always regret leaving you that way. But there's one bright spot in this sad story, and that is our lovely granddaughter, Katya. My departure all those years ago has given you the chance to meet. Katya's mother died shortly after she was born, but Katya grew up strong and sweet just the same. She reminds me of you every time she smiles. With her around, I could never forget about you, even if I wanted to.
By the way, what was up with that fucking puzzle box? Why not just mail a letter like a normal person?
You've been in my thoughts since the day we parted. And now, though my time here is drawing to a close, I like to think we'll meet again on the other side. The thought of seeing your face warms my heart. Be well and be happy, my dear Anton. Goodbye.
Oh, Sophia. I finally understand now.
Okay.
Grandfather.
Grandfather? Yes, that's right. It has a nice ring to it. I am so happy we met, my dear granddaughter.
You don't know how much this means to me.
Yo, what the fuck happened with Don Pablo?
It's been so long, so very long, in fact, that I had forgotten what love even felt like. Instead, my love for Sophia was replaced by anger, and that anger completely blinded me. But now I can see the world clearly again, thanks to you, my granddaughter. Are you listening, Sophia? I'll have to put off returning to your side for a while. There's someone I need to get to know here first. Will you forgive me for making you wait just a little longer, my dear?
Wherever she is, I'm sure she's very happy for us.
Okay. Are we just not gonna talk about the fuck that Professor Layton, like, fucking owns with a sword? I mean, sure, he was sword fighting against an elderly man, but...
See ya! Bye!
And that was the tale of the Elysian box, a relic feared for the fatal curse it was said to carry. But when all was said and done, there was no curse sleeping under its gilded lid. Instead, the box was revealed for what it truly was. A vessel created to carry the love of two kindred spirits through all of time. While terror brought the box its notoriety, in the end, its most powerful message was one of love.
Okay. So we don't care that Flora's just, like, fucking missing at this point, right? That does not matter. Am I understanding this correctly? Flora's a fucking orphan, and we just, like, she's gone. Okay. And that's why you always leave a note. Yeah, it sounds like everyone loved the third one more, so... I don't... I feel like this is the point where I'm supposed to like, hey, here's how I felt about that. I don't feel about this game. It's over. It's done. I have no opinions. I'll move on to another better game. I'll probably forget everything I saw in this game very soon. I actually don't think the plot was the biggest crime this one committed. I don't. Like, the plot's weird, but I mean, it's kind. You get what you get. It's written on the tin, right? You're gonna get anime, right? Hey, there's Flora. She's not dead. My issue is that so many of the puzzles were just uninspired. My first session of playing this game, I disliked the puzzles so much that I was really dreading playing more of it, and they did get better, but not by enough to really salvage the whole game. I don't know. I can only imagine how difficult it must be to design puzzles for a series like this. You know, you have to design 130 puzzles for every game.
Come look at this article, you two.
Huh? Miracle Rescue says...
Yeah, I finished every puzzle except for 2, Cook, and they were both sliding tile puzzles.
After all.
We'll visit him as soon as we return.
Oh, but that might conflict with the symposium you have scheduled in London tomorrow.
Well, then I'll simply have to cancel.
Huh?
After all, Luke, one must always show gratitude to one's teachers. That's what a gentleman does.
We'll see. Oh, that's ambitious putting that at the end.
Found one!
Yeah, I like Shake It. Thanks, Impending Disaster. Thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm gonna check out the puzzles that are easily available to me. I'm not playing any more Peg Solitaire. How's Layton today? Perfect. I have no complaints. A flawless game.
Found one!
You know what? I love myself to do any more of these fucking tea puzzles. Big old statue in the middle of this plaza. When you take away the area occupied by the statue, the plaza looks kind of donut-like in shape. What you gotta do is divide this donut plaza into two identically shaped parts using only one line. Before you get any big ideas, the dotted line shown won't cut it because there are actually two lines. What? Shaped like the neck of a dragon. I guess I don't understand the premise of this puzzle. I don't know. Hey, Pansy. It's not the same size, but the same shape.
This should do the trick. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
No thanks. Rearrange these items so that both jars and cans are grouped with items of the same type. Must always move 2 containers at once.
Consider this puzzle solved. A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved. Oasis leaf, briskberry, and bell tart soup. Still missing an ingredient.
Oh, over here!
$138. Tea that will warm her up. I still don't have that, I think. Bad circulation, warm her up. I've already tried my spicy tea, it didn't work. It's not what she's looking for. Sure. First, she carries her dog for 10 seconds, but then her dad steps out. At this point, the girl sets her dog down and keeps walking. The dog immediately runs over to the dad, and upon reaching him, he turns around and runs back to the girl. The dog keeps going with this until the dad catches up with the girl. So there's like a line, and she's 10 feet out. So it's gonna take a total of 20 seconds for him to catch up. So at the 20 mark. So here's the number line. 10, 20. So the dog's here. God, this is actually really annoying to compute. Like, it's not hard, it's just annoying. So at time point 0, the girl, so, I don't know, let's do it this way, I guess. Time 0, the girl is at 10, and the dad is at 0, and the dog has traveled has traveled 0 feet. So after so the dog's at 10. So at time point 1, the girl's at 11, and the dad's at 2, and the dog is at 5. Time point 2, the girl's at 12, the dad's at 4, and the dog is at 4. Unless I'm supposed to assume that the dog moved 1 foot, turned around, and walked another 3 or 4. It's just, it doesn't explain some of the details. So I feel like there's a lack of clarity for some of this. I know that. Oh. Actually, I shouldn't have needed hints, and I don't need the notepad. None of this matters. If I know it's going to take 10 seconds for them to catch up to one another, and the dog runs at 5 feet per second and is constantly ping-ponging between them, then it's 50 feet.
And now to test my theory. Ha! Wonderful.
Well, there's bonus puzzles in addition. It's just story mode only has 138. Smoke, spice. Bad circulation, warm me up. Bad circulation, warm me up. So maybe it was the immune boosting I wanted? A lot of them do have logic to it. This one doesn't, though. I don't understand it. All she says is, warm me up, or bad circulation and warm me up. You just want a lot of sour oranges. Oh, I already have this one. I'd be really weirded out if she's saying warm me up and she's saying warm me up and it's not spicy. Yeah, you can double up on ingredients. Oh, I've got this one. She doesn't like any tea. That's the trick here, is that none of these teas are ever gonna please her. That's fine. Not in the business of trying to make her happy. I'm leading my own life, you know? What's the trick to Lila's tea? Yep. Maybe it's like all health things that I need. Oh. Maybe whoever that was that said maybe it's not spicy that I need was right. Do I have something for Chess Master yet?